Something feels off in the American economy right now. The headlines say everything's great. The stock market's on fire, unemployment's low, corporate profits are soaring. Wall Street looks unstoppable. But for everyone else, it doesn't feel that way. Groceries are expensive. Rent's crushing people. Credit card debt is at record highs. Small businesses are struggling to stay afloat. So why does Wall Street keep booming while Main Street feels the squeeze? Let's break it down. Because what's happening isn't just a cycle, it's a shift in how the US economy really works. First, let's talk about what's driving the boom. The S&P 500 and NASDAQ have been climbing like crazy, led by a handful of massive tech companies: Apple, Microsoft, Nvidia, Amazon, Meta, and Alphabet. Together, those six companies make up nearly one-third of the entire US stock market's value. That's unprecedented. And what's fueling their rise? One word: AI. Investors believe artificial intelligence will redefine business itself. From manufacturing and medicine to marketing and finance, they're betting that AI will boost profits, cut costs, and create entirely new industries. That belief, not just the technology itself, is what's pushing markets higher. So even if the real economy feels sluggish, Wall Street is betting on tomorrow's growth, not today's reality. But here's the problem. The benefits of that optimism are flowing to a very small group. Roughly 10% of Americans own about 90% of all stocks, so when the market surges, it mostly enriches those who were already doing well. Meanwhile, everyday Americans, renters, workers, small business owners, aren't seeing that wealth. They're stuck on the other side of the economy, where costs keep rising faster than wages. It's like two completely different Americas running side by side. One compounding wealth through investments, the other fighting to make ends meet through paychecks. That's the gap we call the Wall Street-Main Street divide. And the divide keeps growing for one key reason: money moves differently at the top. When the Federal Reserve raises interest rates to fight inflation, it hurts Main Street first. Borrowing gets more expensive for mortgages, car loans, credit cards, and small business financing. Families feel it instantly. But for large corporations, higher rates aren't nearly as painful. They're sitting on record amounts of cash and earning interest on it. So while regular people pay more on debt, big companies earn more just by parking their money. It's the same policy, with completely different consequences. Now let's talk about the other big factor: productivity. Corporate America has discovered a new playbook: grow profits without growing headcount. Thanks to AI, automation, and outsourcing, companies are doing more with fewer people. Layoffs aren't just cost cuts anymore. They're a strategy. When a company fires workers and boosts efficiency, Wall Street cheers. Stocks jump, but Main Street pays the price. Fewer jobs, less stability, slower wage growth. It's a cycle that looks great on paper, but feels terrible in real life. The result? Record corporate profits with record worker stress. That's not a healthy balance, and it's a silent transfer of wealth from labor to capital. Small businesses are feeling it too. Big corporations can afford AI systems, automation tools, and massive scale advantages. Local businesses can't. They're paying more for rent, labor, and supplies, while competing against larger firms that can lower prices or run leaner. And when credit tightens, small business loans dry up first. That's why mom-and-pop shops are cutting hours, delaying expansions, or closing altogether. Even while large chains thrive, the same economic forces lifting Wall Street are quietly suffocating Main Street. And then there's the psychological side of it: confidence. Wall Street runs on faith in the future. If investors believe things will get better, they act like it's already happening. Main Street runs on day-to-day reality. If people don't feel secure, they cut spending, delay purchases, and hold on to whatever savings they have left. So the same economy can look like a boom from one angle and a struggle from another, depending on whether you're living in forecasts or paychecks. But here's what makes this moment even more unusual. Both sides are technically right. Wall Street's rally is based on real innovation: AI, cloud computing, automation, clean energy. Those technologies will make the economy more productive over time. But Main Street's frustration is also justified because the transition phase is painful. When technology changes faster than wages, the benefits pile up at the top first. Eventually, efficiency gains trickle down, but for now, the gap is widening, not shrinking. So how does this story end? That depends on whether policymakers and corporations can bridge the gap between financial success and real-world stability. If AI truly boosts productivity across the economy, workers could eventually benefit through higher wages and lower costs. But if profits remain concentrated in the hands of a few companies, we could end up with an economy that grows on paper, while millions feel left out in practice. And that's the danger of this moment. The economy might look healthy from a distance, but up close, it's uneven, unstable, and unsustainable. Because prosperity that doesn't reach Main Street doesn't last. For now, Wall Street will keep booming. Investors will keep betting on the future, and the headlines will keep calling it a miracle economy. But talk to the average American, and you'll hear a different story. One of high costs, tight budgets, and a deep sense that the system's rigged for someone else. The truth is, both stories are real, just two sides of the same coin. Wall Street is booming because companies learned how to grow without sharing the gains. And Main Street is feeling the squeeze because it's the one paying for that growth. That's why America feels rich and poor at the same time. The wealth is real, it's just not being shared. And until that changes, Wall Street's rally will always come with a question mark. If the market's this strong, why does the economy still feel so weak?